The folder is out. You guys know what this is. Reading Psych notes. Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, hello, I'm Lydia, and if you are new here, make sure you hit the subscribe button, join the growing family, turn notifications on, and while you're down there, give me a thumbs up because it really does help me out. Now, today we're going through my Psych records. I haven't done this in a long time. I kind of stopped doing this as a series, but then it got requested again. So here we are, we're going through my inpatient Psych record. So this is the first page. It's got a picture of me, which we're not going to talk about. It's got the details of what the report is, and then below it's got my risk assessment. So let's read the risk assessment. Suicide, current risk prior to review, high. Deliberate self-harm, high. Self-neglect, medium. Not as bad as it could have been. Non-adherence with treatment, low. Violent, aggressive, intimidating behaviour, low. Absconsion/escape, low. Inappropriate sexual behaviour, low. Using or supplying drugs and alcohol, low. Arson or accidental fire setting, low. Exploitation by others, low. Exploitation of others, low. Risk of harmful substance withdrawal, low. Physical health, medium. Internet and social media, high. Well, it is what I do for money. Radicalisation, low. Other risk factors, high. Current risk level at time of risk assessment, high. Current observation level at time of last risk assessment, level 2 intermittent, 4 times per hour. Please enter details of other risks, physical illness, potential medical complications and radicalisation. Homeless, physical health, low iron, suicidal ideation and paracetamol and overdose with paracetamol, self-strangulation. Name of profession of all staff present at MDT review. I'm not going to read that out because, well, that's private information. 22nd of the 8th, 2021. She was in the bathroom with a cloth tied around and attached to the wash basin. They were subsequently removed by a member of staff. Room has been stripped of anything that could be used to ligature. All clothes have been taken out of the room. Vital signs done. BP 62/42. Temperature 36.2. Heart rate 135 beats per minute. SpO2, I don't mean oxygen levels, 95%. 21st of the 8th, 2021. Attempts to scratch her neck and face. She's got long nails. 2058 incident at 17:45. Lydia was in the bathroom and she informed staff that she just vomited and it might be because of the overdose of 16 tabs paracetamol she had taken for lunch. Duty doctor informed and coming to assess her at 6 PM. During supportive observation checks, she tried to fill a sink, in which she became agitated and aggressive and banging on the main door, saying she'd like to discharge. Taken to A&E and levels did not meet the threshold for RX. Reason for admission. Admitted on section 3 due to bipolar, EUPD, depression, anxiety, PTSD, deteriorating mental health, several attempted suicides with overdoses, jumping from heights, self-harm and self-neglect. History of presenting complaint. She said she was stressed from moving into a new apartment, attempted suicide a few days ago. She denied she has reports she only sleep or medicated and that her appetite was very poor. She advised that she's never had a hobby or interest that she enjoys. I was so depressed. Of course I've got hobbies and things that I enjoy doing. YouTube being one of them, you know. Makeup, puzzle books, reading, poetry, writing books. Patients Patients' carers' perception needs. She feels stressed about moving into a new apartment. Previous psychiatric history. Her first contact with mental health is when she was 13, and she declined talking about her reason for contact. She denies knowing what medication she was placed on. Attempted suicide by jumping off a balcony a few days ago. She was recently admitted for overdose of diabetes medication and has been on management for bipolar and PTSD. Family history of mental health. His mother is said to have bipolar affective disorder. Forensic history, denied any history. Misuse of alcohol, prescribed drugs, denied use. Relevant social or family situation. Note names, age, gender of children, safeguarding issues if available. She has 2 siblings who she does not keep in touch with them, and mother. Personal history. Studying film production in university. She lives alone. Historic risks. Suicide attempts, impulsive and dangerous behaviours, ongoing suicidal ideations with plan and intent. Risk of self with impulsive behaviours, OD on paracetamol, drowning, self-strangulation attempts. Unable to keep herself safe at home. Risk of death due to misadventure. Risk of completed suicide. Previous relationship breakdown. She was not engaged in treatment plans and is at risk of accidental death by suicide. How can one accidentally commit suicide? How do you accidentally commit suicide? If you're suicidal and you want to die, how is then completing suicide an accident? Good question. She also has a history of impulsivity and non-compliance. Dynamic risk, low mood. Suicide attempts several over the years. Hopelessness and worthlessness. Relationship difficulties with family. Limited support network, no social benefits. Complex family dynamics. Physical, emotional abuse in the past. Depression. Triggers. Low mood. Emotional instability and social isolation. Protective factors. Family. Hospital admission. Current presentation of suicidality. Suicidal or self-harming thoughts, plans, behaviours and intent. Specific methods are considered for suicide and including their lethality and expectations about lethality, as whether firearms are available. Evidence of hopelessness, impulsiveness, anhedonia, panic attacks or anxiety. Reasons for living and plans in the future. Alcohol sources are associated with current presentation. Thoughts, plans and intentions of violence towards self. History. Previous suicide attempts, aborted suicide attempts with self-harming behaviours. Assisted with increased risk of suicide, thoughts and behaviours, suicidal ideas, suicidal plans, suicide attempts including aborted and interrupted attempts, lethality of the suicide plans and attempts, suicide intent. Psychiatric diagnosis. Major depressive disorder. PTSD. Anxiety. Bipolar. Individual strengths and vulnerabilities. Coping skills, personality traits, past response to stress, capacity for reality testing, ability to tolerate psychological pain and satisfy psychological needs. Psychological factors. Hopelessness, psychic pain, severe or unremitting anxiety, panic attacks, shame, humiliation, psychological turmoil, decreased self-esteem, extreme narcissistic vulnerability, behavioural features, impulsiveness, aggression, agitation. Medication review. Tabs. Haloperidol 20 mg, venlafaxine 75 main and 150 mg nocturnal, clonazepam variable dose 2 mg in morning and afternoon, 2 mg at night, zolpidem 10 mg night, desogestrel 75 mg night, empagliflozin 10 mg morning, salbutamol 2 puffs PRN, tabs lorazepam 1 mg IM up to 2 mg for rapid tranquilization first line, tabs methazine hydrochloride 25 mg IM PRN up to 3 times for second line rapid tranquilization, ferrous sulfate 200 mg, vortioxetine 20 milligrams. Yeah, that's one of my notes. That took a lot to read. Obviously I've got more paperwork here, but I'm not going to sit and read all of that because it hurts my brain to read. But hopefully that gives you some insight . Hopefully that gives you some insight into the kind of mindset I was in back in 2022 and 2021 and 2020. Like, I was really struggling with depression and I didn't see a way out of it. I genuinely thought suicide was the only option, and I'm so glad that mindset changed, because, well, because I want to live. Even when I was suicidal, I was afraid of death. Because what comes next? Are you just dead forever? Do you become a new human being? Do you move on to the next stage? What happens after death? And yeah, it's so weird to me how much I've grown as a person since then. Like, because it's not that long ago, really. It's 3 years and a bit. And that was before I started lithium. Like I say, I genuinely believe lithium changed my life, and I stand by lithium. It might have caused me kidney problems because they put me on too high of a dose, but then they reduced it to a reasonable dose and I'm fine now. Still got the kidney problems, but lithium is something that I stand by because it's so good at stabilising people's mood. It means you're able to get out of episodes on your own. Now, I didn't mention schizoaffective disorder when I was reading out my diagnosis because I wasn't diagnosed until last year, which is saying something. It's now been 1 whole year since I was discharged from mental health services, and while yes, I am waiting on a psychiatrist appointment, I have no intention on going back under mental health services. I just simply need my antidepressant changing because it's making me throw up every day. And yeah, that's all I've got for this video. If you're new, subscribe. If you want bonus content, head over to my Patreon. It's $3, you get exclusive videos, you can talk to me. You can add me on social media, like Facebook. I am genuinely pretty happy with how my life has turned out. Still a bit gutted that I lost the job that I had. But yeah, thank you for watching, and like I said, if you're new, subscribe. Bye.